What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Vidge, back with another Call of Duty mobile video. Wanted to touch on the topic of the controversy. Does a PS4 or a DualShock 4 controller or an Xbox One controller actually work on an iPhone or an Android or, an iOS device? We're going to definitely get into that, but first of all, I want to make sure that you guys know how to set up your PS4 controller or your Xbox One controller and connect it to your iPhone or your Android device. So let's do that real quick, then we'll get into the controversy. Does a PS4 controller or an Xbox One controller work on the actual Call of Duty mobile game? So let's get into it. I'm recording this on my phone just so I can show you guys this. So what I'm going to do is go to my settings on my phone, just your basic settings, go to Bluetooth. I'm going to turn Bluetooth off, so when I turn Bluetooth back on, it will actually be searching. I got my DualShock 4 controller here just to show you guys this. So what I'm going to do is turn the Bluetooth on my phone here in a second. Then when I grab my DualShock 4 controller, I'm going to hit the left top share button and the home button, which is the middle button, the PS button, and hold them two buttons down until the light starts flashing on the controller. So I'm going to hit the Bluetooth button on my phone, and then I'm going to hold down the share button and the PS button at the same time, and you should see it any second. There it is. The light's flashing. The DualShock 4 wireless controller is there, and it goes the same thing for the Xbox One controller. You turn on the controller, then you hit the very left top button on the controller to pair it with your device. So what I'm going to do is just touch where it says DualShock 4 wireless controller to connect it to my phone. So it is paired. It will work on any game that supports a PS4 controller or an Xbox controller. So those of you that do not know, iOS did just come out with iOS 13 that supports PS4 controllers and Xbox One controllers. So it just came out, so if you have not updated your phone, you may want to do that at your discretion. Make sure you got everything backed up, do what you got to do, but it will definitely support a PS4 controller and an Xbox One controller. So let's get back into the game. Okay, so now we're back into the game, and where you want to look to see if the game supports a controller is where it says link to social account. It's got that little gear, that's the setting. We're going to hit that. Where it says controls basic, the little tabs up there, controls basic, audio, graphics, sensitivity, BR settings, quick message, and language and others. There should be a controller tab there. As you can see, there is no longer a controller tab. There used to be a controller tab when the game came out, probably a little bit after the game came out, or when the game came out, there was a controller tab. So for sure, the game did support controller, and I have proof of this, but for some reason, Tencent, the developers of the game, of the Call of Duty mobile game, and Activision took that away, so there is no longer that controller tab. I think to figure out a way to how to get controller players to only play with players, because obviously it wouldn't be right to play a controller against, somebody just playing with a regular mobile device, right? So I believe, it's definitely coming back. I'm sure of that, but it is no longer there. I even got a video that I want to show you guys right here. Right here's the video. I knew it was going to do that, but I'm going to go back, and it should be right.
If you'd rather have a controller over your touchpad, it's definitely better. And then boom,
you now we have it says controller right there.
Slot there. We just want to go and click it. And these will be all the settings for you to go and.
So as you can see, it definitely was there. It definitely did support controllers. So those of you that, you know, if you're like me, I've been trying to find any way to get into trying to use a controller, not to cheat, but just to a better experience. I don't know what's going on with the game, but anyways, just for a better experience on to play the video, you know, Call of Duty mobile. Because I mean, I do fine with the controls on the phone. It's just obviously we would like to play with a controller. So that's the controversy. There is a workaround on Android. I will definitely leave a link to that video in the description below. You have to download this app called Octopus, and it's definitely, it seems pretty simple. It seems to work every time. The guy was pretty confident. I will leave a link to that. As of the iOS or iPhone, I do not believe there is a workaround at all to use a controller until they allow us to use, you know, until they put that feature back in there. So, I mean, there you've seen the video. It does, you know, it does support controller, just not at this point in time. So if you guys are, you know, like me, driving yourself crazy because you want to use a controller and can't, well, I think we're just going to have to hold off until they do put that back in. I do believe this is a great game. You know, believe me, I am not a mobile player at all, but I have a ton of fun, you know, with me and my nephew playing. I wish that they would bring the Call of Duty mobile to Call of Duty console. That way, you know, people that just want to jump on and play some classic Call of Duty, unlike some of the newer games, you know, we would always have that. It's got a lot of the great classic maps. You know, it doesn't have a lot of retarded stuff that you die from. Yes, it does have specialists, but I mean them are okay, but at least it doesn't have stuff that you die from that's very unskillful besides them. But the Battle Royale on Call of Duty Mobile, I think, is exceptional. I think it's, to me personally, a lot better than Blackout. You don't have to look down to grab everything. If it goes on your gun, it just automatically picks it up. The ammo, it just automatically picks it up. So I believe, you know, Tencent did a great job of doing Call of Duty Mobile, and you know, Activision, hopefully, you know, it's good to see that they're doing free-to-play stuff. Will we ever see a free-to-play Call of Duty on console? Highly unlikely, but I mean, you never know. They are giving some, you know, there's no longer a season pass, which is great. Everybody will get the maps at the same time. You know, when Call of Duty Modern Warfare comes out here in in a couple weeks. So anyways, so hopefully this does give you guys some insight. I've done a lot of research. The only workaround on Android is through that Octopus app. Like I said, a link will be in the description to that video if you guys want to do that. Like I said, as far as I know, there is not a workaround on iOS or iPhone for a controller until, you know, until Call of Duty releases the controller option for us all to play with a controller. Yes, I wish we could, you know, hook it up to a monitor and play on monitor, which I'm sure there is a way. I don't know. Just playing on my phone is fine for now, but there you have it. I've researched it. I've done all the research for you. You know, it's just not happening right now, but I do believe it will happen soon. So if you guys enjoyed the video, found it informative, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It definitely helps out the video if you hit the like button, guys. And until next time, please do leave a comment down below if you guys have any questions, and I will talk to you soon.
Sniper eliminated! Enemy down! Changing mag!
Standing by. Repeat.
Down!
Hunter killer drone ready for deployment. Swarm
down!